Hi, sweet.
That's us right there. I'm with Demonze. My name is Luke Johnson, Fulmer Media. This is a crazy experiment, so bear with us. We know the Ultimate community is a loving community, that is a caring community, is a forgiving community. Demonze is from Cleveland. Tell me a little bit about your Ultimate career.
I've played for 6 years now. I'm a junior at Cleveland. I've captained my high school team the last 2 years. I've played YCC 2 years in a row. I went to national school.
You got a lot of Ultimate in you.
Yeah.
Demonze is going to be giving you commentary, play-by-play, as well as color. Kate is also going to be here eventually in this chair. She's stuck in traffic, and so they're going to be providing you with the commentary. I'm going to be on the control switch. We got Isaiah on one of the cameras. We got Kylie's dad, Scott, on the other camera. This is going to be a fun little experiment. We got a great game between Franklin and Lakeside.
Hey, my name is Kate Doherty. I'm here with Demonze Oleru from Cleveland. We're here at the Disc Northwest Finals. Just talk about a little bit myself to get us started. I started playing Ultimate at Seattle Country Day School back in 4th grade. I'm now a junior at Lakeside School. I'm one of the 3 captains of the Lakeside Girls Ultimate team. I played for YCC for 1 year, Friars Ultimate for 2, and I'm really excited about getting back into high school season. It's a bit of a break for us right now. Yeah,
we're going to have Franklin versus Lakeside tonight for our 2015 Disc Northwest League Championship. A little bit about Franklin. They have one of the best zones in Seattle for a high school team. Playing earlier this week, if you saw the semi highlights, we got to watch that zone in action almost every single point. They like to trap onto the sideline, play big on the mark, and get blocks. There's also a few players to look out for, one being Trey Miller. He's been playing Ultimate since middle school, and he's dirty. I don't know how else to explain him. He's played the ICC Open this past year. Ivan Lee, the star on the team. He played over this past year. He's captaining this year this Franklin roster. Definitely those two to look out for today. There's a lot of great handlers on the team. Also, there's somebody to look out for on defense.
Yeah, so on Lakeside, we got a couple of studs as well. Players to look out for tonight are John Randolph, number 6, a dominant handler, really good at quick cuts, deep throws, especially to number 21, Ben Lewis. Very tall, very fast, definitely a deep threat. And they are joined this year by Leo Kitchell, who just transferred from University Prep. He's new to the team, but has also made a big impact on the field this season. Lakeside is known for really good quick handler movements. They played a tight game against Roosevelt, just 1-1 in the Disc Northwest semifinals on Wednesday, so it looks to be a good game tonight.
We have about 3.5 minutes until game time. Looks like both teams are huddling up. We have a small crowd, or a rather large crowd building.
Slowly but surely.
It's going to be a game of 15, 100 points.
100 points?
I mean, 100 minutes, my fault.
Okay, I'm going to come to you guys. This is our camera right now.
Okay.
This is Kate and Demonze. I'm Luke, again, if you're coming in live. This is, how many times have you guys done a live broadcast and done color commentary and broadcast?
0.
Awesome.
First time.
So, can people tweet at you to be able to ask questions or talk to you guys?
Yep.
So, I'm going to have you text me your Twitter so I can put it up on the thing.
Yeah.
But you want to tell people right now? That's
it's at Kate Dog, KateDaug.
D-A-U-G, that's good. Do you have a Twitter?
It's at...
You don't have your phone in it. Your phone's dead.
Yeah, just tweet at Kate Dog, KateDaug.
This is going to be fun tonight. We have 2 minutes to go. We're going to jump back down to the field, but I did want to say hello since this is an experiment. We are, Kate, you were in traffic until like 10 minutes ago, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, we're still on.
Right, you can also follow the action at Disc Northwest Live or at Lakeside Lions BU. Does Franklin have Twitter?
Franklin Ulty, ULTY.
Short for ultimate. Once again, I'm from Lakeside, junior at Lakeside.
About to be.
Alright, and looks like the game's about to get underway here.
This will be Franklin's 4th straight trip to state. Still looking for their first state title tonight, or Dis Northwest League title.
Yeah, I believe, let me check my resources here. Last time the Lakeside Loins made the finals was in April 2009 and won, beating Northwest School 10-9. That was when Julian Childs Walker and Remy Schneider were captains, starring the Smith and Kitchell brothers.
We're starting the game in about 40 seconds.
Large Franklin showing tonight. See if the Lakeside numbers grow.
Franklin is going to start on the hole.
Franklin's going to be pulling to Lakeside to start the game. A few people to look out for. Number 3, Ivan Lee, is going to be pulling to start the game. Also, number 21, Evander Tugati. And also we have Trey on the field too, number 7. He's going to be a star cutter for the offense tonight.
Will be receiving. On the line, we've got Ben Lewis, number 21, John Randolph, number 6, Neil Bishop, number Jackson Campos, there's a band here tonight.
High school has their pep band.
Square bus? Yeah, there was a square bus.
Pep rally as well.
Live.
Stay out of here.
All right.
There goes the opening goal from Ivan. Yeah.
Leo lets it drop before finding John in the middle.
Right away, Franklin's playing their zone that we talked about earlier. It's going to be definitely something to look out for. However, John Randolph and Leo Kitchell are going to work the zone as hard as possible.
Jackson to Campos with it wide. Back to John Randolph. Back to Leo. Lakeside staying patient here as they're swinging around the cup. John with the break to find Walker wide. Back to John. John and Leo, both definitely looking to find deep threats here tonight. Oh, Ben Lewis has it on the sideline. Back to Leo. Lakeside has made significant progress up the field, working the Franklin zone. John finds Ben Lewis in the middle. Back to Jackson. Back to Leo. Leo's staying patient.
Lakeside puts it in the end zone. Franklin's going to run along with that side.
Alright, so Lakeside currently leads 1-0. We'll be pulling to Franklin. We saw a really patient offense there. John Randolph, Leo Kitchell holding the disc, making not really taking any risks there, just playing really solid, patient offense.
Nice.
Yeah. Not many Hudson down, having Trey in the deep. It's not something we're going to see often in this game. However, it will come out eventually. Lakeside with a smaller roster is definitely going to have a lot of these players playing point after point tonight. Their D-line setting up on the field. John Randolph staying on, as well as Leo Kitchell and Ben Lewis.
Lakeside coached by head coach Andy Lovesath, also the coach of Seattle Riot and the Lakeside women's team. Assistant coach by Nariah Sims, another captain of the girls team.
Leo Kitchell is set to call for Lakeside.
Leo with the pull. What's up?
Big floaty pull from Lakeside. Franklin's going to pick it up, and we're going to see a little bit of their O. They have Trey on still to play offense as well as defense this game.
Ben Lewis, number 21, marked up against Trey Miller. Number 7, Trey's going deep. And immediately has to put up to Trey.
It's going to be in the end zone. Not recovering.
Lakeside gets to take him from the end zone.
Lakeside, that's the first turn of the game. Lakeside's going to have a chance for a break here.
Looks like Franklin is setting up to play man defense. We have a picture walking it up. John with the swing to Chandler. Lakeside running a classic horizontal stack in the middle. And Lewis up the field. Back to Chandler. Finds John Randolph in the up line. John fakes deep. Finds, back to John.
Seems to be a call on the field. Not exactly sure what the call is.
Pick called. John discusses with Sam Tudor Heidi. Play is resumed.
Lakeside gets the goal with a diving pass from Ben Lewis.
A bit deep into the end zone. And that's Lakeside with the break. 2-0 over Franklin.
John Randolph, as you see here, taps to this game and immediately looks for Ben cutting deep. He finds that.
That's a common play in Lakeside offense. Just send Ben deep.
We saw the defender stop. We thought maybe pick was called, but I guess not.
Maybe thought it was heading out. Lakeside leading 2-0.
Early on, we had 7 minutes to go so far. Lakeside's going to be pulling again to Franklin. Franklin with the same O-line, getting ready to play this one.
We're What you saw right there was pretty typical of Lakeside offense, staying really patient, swinging it between handlers, finding your dumps, looking for the upfield, but if it's not there, just staying patient, turning, dumping, and swinging until you find an option deep.
We have official set to pull for Lakeside again.
The official set to pull for Lakeside.
Franklin is raising, and the pull is soon to go up.
Video pitcher with the pull.
We have Eugene Ruff picking up the disc, getting it upfield to Josh Rabancho. Josh looking for Ivan, but it's picked off.
Picked out by a Lakeside defender.
There's a call on the field.
Called a marking foul.
Disc is called back.
Josh finds Ivan underneath. Ivan's actually wearing number 54 tonight, so don't look for number 3. Trey gets it. The pass from Ivan sends it deep to Josh, but it's deep up by Lakeside.
Walker Franklin with the D. The reason Trey was pretty uncontested coming under because
John Randolph's picking up the disc, taking it from the front of the end zone.
only the second turn of the game so far. Like says, a chance for another break. Walker finds Kyle. Kyle looking for John up line. Waves him off. Back to Walker. John finding Ben across the middle. John puts it up to Yo-Yo.
That's a goal in the back of the end zone. Yo-Yo for the goal.
Yo-Yo back to Yuki. Break by Ben Lewis there to find John Randolph in the middle, who's able to connect with Yo-Yo. That's a second break for Lakeside, putting them up 3-0. If you have any questions on the game, want to hear anything particular covered, mentioned, just want to talk to me or Amanze, you're welcome to tweet at me at KateDaug. That's KateDaug. Amanze's phone is dead, so don't try to tweet at him.
It's true.
Timeout called. Did you see who called that? Did you see who called that?
It's a Franklin timeout. We definitely have a loud and large Franklin audience tonight. They sent a school bus full of fans, as well as parents and other members of the community.
Yep. Franklin is well represented. The Lakeside crowd is existent, strong but mighty.
Yeah, we're gonna have the Lakeside on defense again, pulling to Franklin. Franklin still with a similar line to the previous point. Franklin being coached tonight by Frank Nom and Henry Fan. Frank, the Seattle YCC coach, and also coach for the new youth club team named Seven Hills. He also coaches Seattle Underground women's team. Henry Fan, player on Seattle Mixtape, who played a Nationals this year and played second. Also an alumni of Franklin.
Leo Kitchell looking to pull. What's up?
Eugene swings to Mark Munoz. Mark finds his brother Alonzo. Gets it back around to Eugene.
You'll see number 7, Trey Miller, being forced under for most of this game as he's a significant deep threat, and Lakeside knowing to take that away.
Trey's being forced under and has definitely recognized it. He's staying very shallow. Alonzo back of the disc. Sees and finds his brother Mark. It's
Put up, John Murdoch gets the D, catches it, takes it to the front of Lakeside end zone. Lakeside looking for their third one. John looks off. Ben Lewis deep. Swings to Leo. Leo back to John.
Ben being forced deep by Trey.
So chilly handler movement here from Lakeside.
Ben, but not successful. Lakeside still on and out here.
Leo Kitchell up line, looking to find Ben deep, looks him off, back to John. Again, very typical of Lakeside. Chilly handler movement, swinging across the field. John with the break. Finds Walker Frankenberg.
Lakeside seems to be moving up the sideline, and it's in the end zone for another Lakeside goal. It's their third break in the end.
Lakeside break.
And I could be mistaken because our screen is very small, but it looks like Toto Masayuki, younger brother of Yo-Yo Masayuki, was the one to catch that goal. Yep, there you go, Toto. Brothers on the team, Toto, a freshman, and Yo-Yo, a junior.
Also some brothers on the Franklin side. You have Mark Munoz and Alonzo Sugati. Alonzo will be a senior this year, while Mark's still a sophomore year. On this Franklin O-line, you have Josh Rabancho, a great handler for the Lakeside squad. You have Otis Williams. Oh, God, yeah. The Franklin squad. Okay. Yeah, Otis, Latrell, Sam Tudor Heidi, Achilles, Devin, and Gil John getting ready to receive.
Significant Franklin fan presence here tonight. Question from our audience, from Kelly Johnson. She says, question for both of you. Are you surprised to see Franklin go up 4-0, and what does are you surprised to see Lakeside go up 4-0, and what does Franklin need to do to get back in this game?
I am surprised, I would say. Lakeside and Franklin played earlier this season, and it was not It was a Franklin win. It was a Franklin win by a large margin.
Keep an eye on your Twitter. There's people asking you questions.
Yeah, Franklin definitely, in order to get back in, they're just gonna probably, I assume they're gonna play Tyler Lines from here. Definitely probably go back to Arizona as early as they can. Other than that, I'm not too sure. Lakeside's playing strong right now.
Yeah, I would say I would not have expected Lakeside to go out this fast, though I am delighted. I think the general consensus, just from playing earlier in the season and results against the same teams, was that this would be a tight match, and Franklin was the favorite.
You saw a four-way there by Franklin. It looks like Latrell was the intended receiver. Fortunately, could not connect. It sailed out of bounds. We're having a better night than expected. There's no rain tonight, which is in our forecast. It's clear skies. It is cold, however, but there's also not a huge presence of wind.
Continuing my last thought, I'm not surprised to see Lakeside grow up considering the mentality of this team. With the exception of the girls' team in the last year, Lakeside has often been the underdog. This is Lakeside's last time in the state final since 2009. They have not been a dominant presence in the ultimate scene.
John Randolph tries to get the bin, but it's too far. As Ben Lewis who tried to get it into John right there. That's the second Lakeside turn this point.
And John Randolph, 30 seconds down.
Kelly Johnson also asked, great job, guys, killing the commentary. Thank you, Kelly. What is the guy you were with in the booth relationship to Franklin? What's your relationship to Franklin?
I played with a lot of these players in middle school. I played YCC with a lot of these players as well. We all come from the South End. It's a community we formed where we all just generally look out for each other. Latrell's got the huge job right there. It's now to Devin. Joshua Marshall finds Achilles. This is like that one. Freshman, insanely fast and going to be meant for a lot tonight.
I would say, answering another question from Kelly, to get back to this game, I would say they are not by no means out of this game. Of course, their lead can look pretty intimidating up on the boards, but Lakeside went up super quick, and Franklin will be able to catch up super quickly. I don't see this as a strong indicator of how the rest of the game will go. I mean, the game is still on the field right now. Anything can happen at this point.
Yeah, we're only 21 minutes in, so there's still plenty of time to play. I definitely think this is going to go hard until the last second of this game. And I definitely expect Franklin to get this game a lot closer. I think this is going to be a battle for the rest of this game. Lakeside will start on O for the first time since the second point of the game. I mean, since the first point of the game.
Lakeside currently up 4-0, 4-1, I'm sorry. Franklin looking to pull.
I believe that's the ball for 30 seconds.
Is going up from Ivan. Ivan generally known for his huge pulls. We have Leo picking it up. John Randolph found right away. Brandon's going to be playing man on this point. Some matchups. Right. It's a layup by Lakeside to get to a layup by Lakeside and a D.
Another Lakeside turn.
No, I am so sorry. That was a Franklin
Lakeside looking to
B.
capitalize here. Franklin looking to capitalize here, I'm sorry.
Franklin also trying to play very as calm as possible. They're looking for breaks, but they're going to find the opening man as often as
Puts
possible.
it up.
Come back.
It looks like the pick call is being discussed right now. We have Trey Miller and Leo Kitchell talking it out. The pick was called on Evander to Dottie, however, cutting into the open side.
Franklin once again looking to find it deep. Puts it up. And Trey Miller finds it in the end zone. Managed to come up with the disc.
I believe will be playing again for Franklin.
Franklin looking like they're on their way to making a strong comeback. Went down 4-0 originally, but made up 2 of those points quickly. Calling again to Lakeside.
Lakeside, as we mentioned before, has a very small roster, so a lot of the same players are going to be playing over and over. I wonder how that will start to affect them later in the game. And that's right now they still look full of energy. Lakeside's going to be playing their host stack while Franklin plays a man defense. Leo Kitchell to Ben Lewis.
Then finds Walker Frankenberg back in the middle. Finds Chandler under. John Randolph streaking deep. It's Trey Miller makes a switch with his defender.
Lakeside in the end zone.
Looks like the play is contested. Chandler finds it on deep, but it's called back. Looks like there's a foul call back on Walker Frankenberg.
The rain has started. The night's not going to be as clear as we thought it would be. It could be up to an inch of rain tonight, so it's definitely going to affect the players. Leo Kitchell has a disc.
Leo Kitchell with very aggressive fakes. Finds John Randolph back in the middle. Franklin with a layout bin, and the foul is called by Walker Frankenberg.
The forward combat on that wall.
got back in. John has in the middle of the field. Finds Ben Lewis under. Lays out. Makes the grab. Several calls at this point. Lakeside looks to keep their momentum going. Finds Leo in the middle. Leo looking, making. Leo finds Walker Frankenberg, goes to John, at the end zone on the sideline. John looks off Leo up line, and Ben Lewis makes a grab on the edge of the end zone to Leo Kitchell. Another call is made.
There's a travel call.
The travel call.
Lakeside has it.
On the
Far end zone line. Ben Lewis finds John Randolph up line for Lakeside's 5th point of the game. Before the game today, I was talking to Lakeside newcomer Leo Kitchell about his hopes and his expectations for the game, and he was coming in just really hoping for a great game between him and Franklin tonight. He said it was great to see both these teams in the finals, not teams, especially Lakeside, as I was saying earlier, hasn't had a huge presence in the last few years. Franklin was in the state finals last year, won Seattle invite this year. He's looking for a good game, full of spirit, especially finding a way to overcome the weather that is expected tonight, and it's just starting to arrive.
Franklin knocked out Lakeside in the Seattle invite semifinals, so definitely looking to get a win over. Definitely getting a win over Franklin would be huge for the Lakeside squad.
We have a question from our audience. At Jake Green asks, how was the addition of young Leo impacted the Lakeside team this year? So like I said, Leo was a new addition this year. He joined Lakeside from UPrep. But if you were just watching him play, you wouldn't really be able to see that at all. He's been playing with several players such as John Randolph for several years through YCC and various Northwest leagues. And he's really a dominant member of this offense. Him and John help leading the handler, movement in the back, trying to find Ben Lewis deep, Walker Frankenberg in the middle. You really wouldn't be able to tell that Leo is a newcomer just based off the chemistry he has with this team so far. Leo Kitchell with the play.
Otis picks it up and quickly swings it to Josh Rabancho. Josh finds Ivan, but Ivan can't hold on to it. Lakeside has a chance. Definitely the rain is starting to play a factor. The disc is wet, the ground is wet, and it's definitely starting to impact players on the field.
So were you at the semifinals on Wednesday?
Yes.
So the weather, Sam Tudor Heidi with the D on intercepting a pass in between, knocking down a pass in between Dagmawi and John. How was the weather?
Earned by Sam after that.
How was the weather a factor on Wednesday's game?
Definitely didn't start raining hard until Franklin versus Northwest. However, we didn't see it play too big of.
And John Randolph with a huge sky to take Lakeside at 6-2 over Franklin.
However, we did not see it. Anyway, they had a big win over Northwestern 13-3, one of their rivals. Franklin played well through the rain. I'm sure they're gonna do the same tonight. They've had a few mess ups, but from here on out, they're probably going to keep the weather in mind and try not to let it affect them.
Looks like a timeout has been called.
Looks like Franklin's trying to regroup. Lakeside up 6-2. Franklin uses their second timeout of the game. Probably looking to shake things off. A lot of heads are going down. Probably looking to get each other fired back up. They're definitely not out of this game yet. They were down 4 and come back from that. We'll have fought back from that. They're definitely going to continue to play great O. Where O has had some problems here, they're going to clean it up right here. Their defense is still going to be strong. Now that the rain and wind is here, we might see their zone a little more.
Yeah, this timeout could prove a big turning point in momentum for this game. Lakeside having gone up 4-0 originally, Franklin coming back up 2, and Lakeside putting up another 2. This could be a time for Franklin to kind of readjust, take charge of the weather right now, take charge of this field, maybe throw some zone D, shake it up, stop Lakeside's momentum, because right now it's all about momentum. Throwing that timeout could either slow Lakeside down, get Franklin fired up, or anywhere in between.
There's 66 minutes left, so still over an hour, plenty of time. It's going to be half at 8 because this is a game of 15. So Lakeside is 2 away from half.
35 minutes approximately into the game.
The open shot on the northern side.
Franklin is starting on O. Franklin's on O again. Eugene Ruff just dished it to Joshua Boncho. Ivan Lee with the up line. Swings it back to Josh. Josh finds Ivan again. Ivan with speed for 62 to 90. Looks like Shay's getting it also. Shay makes the catch.
Into the corner. Plans catches it. That's another score. And your teammate has already given up on that one, but you need to find it.
It's kept in. We're also some playmakers in the background. As you just saw there, Trey's amazing catch. He ran that down about half the length of the field, planted his feet, and got it inbounds.
So we can see that timeout as maybe being a turning point for the Franklin momentum, having just coming off of their timeout, getting a big score lead. Looking to pull now to Lakeside. Lakeside staying pretty consistent with their lines right now. Big difference between Franklin and Lakeside is Lakeside does not quite have the depth on the bench that Franklin does, and you will see many of the key players returning to the field.
We have a pull from junior Ivan Lee all the way to the end zone. Leo Kitchen catches the pull and quickly gets it upfield to John Randolph. John Gioio. John
Looking to find Ben Lewis deep, trying to hard on his heels. And Ben Lewis with the crazy grab. Wow. Common matchup this game, Ben Lewis and Trey Miller. Both tall, both fast.
As we see that huge pull from John Randolph. Another great handler on the field tonight. Trey's almost there, but Ben Lewis quickly grabs it in the end zone.
And if you have any questions or comments for me and Monze in the booth, tweet at me at KateDog, KateDaug. Monze's phone is broken, so he cannot tweet, but he would if he could. Terrain looks like it's lightened up a bit.
Leo Bishop again sets the pole for Lakeside.
Sagan's going to get a lot out of it right now as a train passes by. Goes right past the train track. Trains are coming and going very often. Lakeside gets ready to pull. Leo Kitchell going down. You see John Randolph hustling down. Lakeside looking to take half right here. But a foul called by Alonzo Tugari. So this is going back to Mark Munoz. Leo, being guarded by Leo Kitchell. Sent deep. John Randolph and Ivan Lee are in the backspace. Picked up by Achilles, however.
Huge
Into
he
the end
goes
zone.
down. Seven four Lakeside. And number 8.
That's a close about the deep freshman into the grab. Being helped up by his teammate Ivan Lee, Franklin roster. As we mentioned before, has a ton of depth. Coming as a freshman, you wouldn't expect to see that, but Achilles is extremely fast. Grabs almost anything deep. Rain has just gotten heavier. We're starting to hear it beat it onto the roof, which means it's definitely coming down. Very typical in Seattle, however. A single person has pulled out an umbrella.
Except for Andy Lovestead, coach of Lakeside Moines. Not a single player is phased though.
So zipper rate is not even there. Franklin getting ready to pull, and it's going to be Ivan Lee on the pull. Still on, we have John Randolph, who goes by the Lemur. And we have Leo Kitchell, Ben Lewis also, who they have played every single point. It's 11 straight points. Have not showed much fatigue yet. Still have a ton of energy.
Yeah, it might be hard for the Lakeside offense tonight and just Lakeside lines in general, as they don't have many, they don't have a deep roster right now, not like the Franklin team. So
Ivan Lee with the big pull.
Leo, huge fake deep, finds Ben Lewis under.
Ben Lewis still being poached and now taking advantage of it.
I know, it looks like Trey's kind of switching his force throughout these points. Are you seeing more being forced under or deep?
I agree, it's changing. Definitely after that big under, Trey immediately switched back to forcing his guy deep. Trey's extremely fast and
Maybe he's just overrunning him. Shout out to Yo-Yo Masayuki.
and that is the half by Lakeside. They're up 8-4 on Franklin.
And we at the first half with the score, Lakeside 8, Franklin 4.
That's the half with only about 30 minutes played in the game. Still,
Yeah, Leo on that last point, finding John Randolph with a nice low release backhand. His defender dies, doesn't quite make the D, and John's able to find Yo-Yo. Open across the space in the end zone. Lakeside takes half in their first Disc Northwest Finals appearance since 2009.
so that was the first half. We're going to take a break while the players regroup and talk some things out. We'll be back after the half.
Feel free to send us any questions you might have via Twitter at KateDaug, KateDaug. Peace. Alright, and we're back in the second half of Disc Northwest Finals between Lakeside and Franklin High Schools. Lakeside is currently leading Franklin 8-4. So it went up pretty quickly in the first half, 4-0. Came back, made 4-2. Lakeside went up 6-2. And then we turned the other points for half, so Lakeside took half. Alright, we have a question from ETHS Ultimate. Checking in from Chicago, Illinois. Do you expect either team to run anything but a host stack? Will either team play Zone D? Well, we've already seen Franklin run a zone a few points.
Definitely, I would expect that a lot more in the second half. Generally, these two teams run host stack on go. I haven't seen a verse stack from either of these teams this season. I may have missed it, but even though it's not very often, I don't think they're going to try and incorporate new things in this game. This game is all about execution. Each team's going to play the best, or they know how to. Hard D as well, and
some more questions from Twitter. BJ Dandiano asks, actually, never mind. Taylor Johnson asks, what does Lakeside specifically need to continue doing to keep dominating? What does Franklin need to do to bring the comeback? I would say right now, with this rain, with this crowd, it's late, it's the Disc Northwest Finals, there's a lot of emotions. It's all about focus and mental sharpness right now. Both teams are obviously very hyped for this game. This is a big deal. Whoever is able to bring the mental focus back, recovering from the mistakes that are undoubtedly going to happen in this weather, stay together as a team, keep working as a unit, just do what they've been doing all season. I think that's the team that's going to come out on top today. The game is by no means over, though Lakeside does lead by 4 points. That is not a lead that is too difficult to break, so I would not be surprised to see Lakeside Franklin make a quick comeback early in the second. Especially after this half taken, who knows where their energy can be right now, and momentum can totally shift.
we're going to have Lakeside pulling to Franklin to start the second half. Defense is not proving to be a problem for this Lakeside team, however. We're going to expect, I expect man to be played again. The Lakeside man has proven to be very efficient during this game. Coming out of the second half, players were able to go off a little bit, grab something to eat. They have a lot of the same players still playing into the second half. This is the 13th point of the game, and some of these players have not come out yet. They just continue to come down extremely hard. However, it hasn't proven to be that big of a factor yet. Lakeside's opening up the second half with a pull from Leo Kitchell.
Yeah, Lakeside right now just needs to retain their composure, keep their energy up, even though a lot of them have been not taking any subs this game. But it's a new half.
There's a quick deep from Santor White trying to find Ivan, but the disc was overthrown and Ivan could not get there. We have Lakeside back on offense here. We have a question from @Ronnie Astoki. What's a sport that need to do to combat? I think they were playing pretty well this game. They just had a lot of mistakes, simple mistakes that can be fixed. There's still 45 minutes left in the game, plenty of time to do anything. The game is still, the game could still go either way. Franklin's still very in it. John Randolph up line.
With the big sky. Finds Leo Kitchell in the middle. Leo Kitchell looks for John again. Ben Lewis streaks deep. Looked off. Again, just this simple handler motion between John Randolph and Leo Kitchell is really keeping the Lakeside offense moving right now. Cycling between deep options. And
a throwaway from Lakeside. We haven't seen Lakeside with too many turns this game. Franklin back on L. Ivan Lee with a quick swing to Eugene Ruff. Eugene finds Josh.
Puts it deep.
It seems to be injured on the play. Huge grab. Josh in motion, as you see. Throws that forehand. At first it appears a little far. Ivan makes the grab.
Great look deep. Just comes down super hard. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, stop. They're trying to figure out.
Lakeside's taking a knee. Franklin's taking a knee.
Looks like they're still trying to assess the injury. I'm not sure yet if a sub's coming in. Ivan stays in the game with the disc on the end zone line. Disc is in. Ivan looks for Mark and finds him. Franklin with another score. As we get closer, scores now 8-5. We're going to watch it again.
Both Lakeside and Franklin, their boys teams are obviously very dominant, very skilled teams here in the Disc Northwest Finals. Both teams also have very skilled girls teams. Franklin girls last year consistently in the semifinals of Disc Northwest Finals, USAU Finals, USAU State Finals, Seattle Invite. Lakeside girls last year were undefeated, went 21-0. Won Seattle Invite, State, USAU State, Disc Northwest Finals, were Western Regional Champions, and are currently ranked number 2 nationally. Last time that the co-ed, the mixes of Franklin and Lakeside played was in the semifinals of Spring Rain of 2015. Franklin beating Lakeside by a significant margin.
Franklin's getting ready to pull. Score is 8-5. It's a 3-point game. Franklin's definitely not out of it. Has not showed any signs of giving up. Trey Miller with the pull. There's a big backhand from Trey. always at end zone. Leo Kitchell's the receiver for the Lakeside.
And that's the front.
Franklin starting to play the zone a little more.
Leo Kitchell, John playing calm handler O in the middle of the zone, trying to work it through. Don't have a lot of options. Find Walker Frankenberg over the top of the cup. Jackson Campos wide. Find John Randolph wide up in the middle of the field. A lot of these dominant players you'll see on Lakeside: Walker Frankenberg, Ben Lewis, John Randolph, have all been playing together since about 4th grade at Seattle Country Day School. So the chemistry they play with is not just from high school. It's based off of, what is that, 7 years? 7 years playing together. Of course, Walker is a sophomore, so that's 6.
There's a call on the field. We're unsure what the call is, but the disc goes back. Lakeside still on it. Lakeside playing calm zone offense. Franklin manages to get a D right there. And they're back on Otis Williams with the disc, swinging it to Evander. Evander bobbles it, but scoops it right up.
Let's see. Lewis letting Trey Miller get a little behind him in the end zone. That's a dangerous. Oh, John with the interception in the middle. John and Jackson DeCampos working it up the field. Leo Kitchell streaking deep, covered by Trey Miller. A little collision in the middle there. John Randolph, very dominant handler for Lakeside here. Looks like Franklin's throwing their zone again.
Franklin's zone has been able to effectively trap Lakeside on the sideline. Lakeside's going to look to get it around.
Offensive foul called by Franklin. Walker Frankenberg to Chandler. Has Leo Kitchell back in the middle. Leo Kitchell and John Randolph once again just running this Lakeside offense. Lots of swinging. Finds Walker Frankenberg slightly upfield on the side. Walker has John Randolph again in the middle. Swings it to Leo. Another
Foul was called.
another stoppage of play.
It's going to go back to Leo Kitchell. Disc is back in. John Randolph with the disc. John looking for the end zone, but turns and finds the dump to Leo Kitchell. Leo, John, as you've seen a lot throughout this game, work very well together. Lakeside trying to get over the top and shoot up by Franklin.
John Randolph goes up for the grab, misses it, and now it's Franklin's disc. Great patience shown there by Lakeside offense, but unable to collect. Now it's back to Franklin. Correction from our audience: in mixed play, historically, 2014, Lakeside beat
There's a
Mixed
turn by
Franklin.
Franklin there.
Spring Rain 2014. Franklin beat Lakeside Spring 2015. Lakeside Franklin's always a fun matchup. Always a tight game, lots of spirit.
As hard as it may be to believe, the rain is coming down even harder now. We're starting to hear some thunder. John Randolph just off the line.
Finds Chandler deep for the score. Lakeside leads Franklin 9-5 after a very long second point of the second half. It continues to drizzle out here in Tukwila at Starfire Sports Complex, where the Dis Northwest Finals are being held between Lakeside and Franklin. Lakeside leads Franklin 9-5 with 35 minutes left in the game. The game is to 15, but like I said, there are 35 minutes left.
We are going to start the ball organization.
Franklin's starting to show some emotion. However, there's still 30 minutes left in the game. Plenty of time to now come back here.
I don't think Lakeside's ever been up by more than 4 points in this game.
We have John matching up with Ivan Lee, a very common matchup we've seen throughout this game. It's up.
Deep shot by Franklin is gobbled by Lakeside's Walker Frankenberg. Flies out of his hands, almost caught by
Achilles on the Franklin squad.
but drops it at the front of the Lakeside own end zone. Lakeside has a full field to go, but looking to get another break here.
Lakeside sets up their first sack against the Franklin man defense. Expecting to see a lot more. Expecting to see a lot more zone in this game, but it's not been the case.
Players on the field, please step back from the other line. Thank you.
Sam Chuberheide will
Finds Ivan. Ivan looks towards the end zone. He's finding one. Gets it to a handler.
Great shutdown handler D by Leo Pitcher right here.
Gets it to Achilles. There's a
Looks
call.
like there's a stall called maybe. Question from Twitter. Again, you can tweet at me at Katedaug, Katedaug.
Do you think Franklin should abandon their zone D and try something different to pressure Lakeside better, or stick with it?
Personally, I think the hammer by Sam Chuberheide finds
Kind of a real threat off the hammer. Kind of look like a scooper. Hopefully it's not how it picks him up. Franklin is still definitely showing signs of life. They're not out of this game yet. They're down by 3 minutes to go. Lakeside walking back to the lines, getting ready to start on O. We've seen their O very effective tonight. John Randolph and Leo Kitchell have been working very well together tonight. I expect to see that more for the remainder of the game. Looks like both those players are skilled. They've been in this entire game. It's a 16-point, and they've only stopped for the half.
question from the audience. Did we answer that already about whether Franklin should continue to throw their zone D? We answered that. Okay, I'll give my take. I would say that Franklin's zone defense has been really effective in stopping down the quick handler movement that makes Lakeside so successful. They've gotten at least one turnoff of it this half, and it really slows down the Lakeside offense, which capitalizes on quick movement in between handlers John Randolph and Leo Kitchell, and sometimes Chandler and Ben Lewis. And so, yeah, I would say that if you want to slow down this Lakeside offense, zone defense is really the way to go for that. It's proven to be very effective.
Franklin pulls it. Leo Kitchen. I'm not sure what that sound was.
There's a noise distraction that caused Ben Lewis to
stop play for a second. Franklin's able to capitalize.
Great defense by not really sure who. Looks like he has to take an injury though. It could be Toto Masayuki.
Franklin bid
out the side of the end zone, or out the side from the front of the end zone.
Franklin bid was not able to be recovered. There's a call on the field, however.
Looks like it's an injury.
Total refreshing on this Lakeside squad.
Joined by big brother Yo-Yo Masayuki. I think he's number 2 with the colorful shorts.
Lakeside's going to start the disc on the sideline. Leo Kitchell with the disc.
Franklin's going back to their man defense.
Swing to Leo Kitchell.
Leo Kitchell with the classic. Oh, nice grab. Sorry, getting a little distracted out here. I can't
Leo Kitchell looks for the swing, but it's a little too far. Picked up by Franklin. Franklin fakes the deep. Finds John Randolph with the. John Randolph gets the deep. John seems to be looking up the sideline with Jackson DeCampos. Timeout called by Franklin.
A lot of emotion on this field right now.
Franklin with a lot of supporters. I'm not sure if that will give them, we're not sure how that will impact them this game. Hopefully they use them as fuel to continue fighting. Franklin, however, has not showed much fatigue, just like the Lakeside squad, and they're looking to continue to play hard throughout the game. Franklin's going to be starting on 0 after this timeout. We've noticed a lot during this game, man defense from both sides. We thought there would be a lot more zone from Franklin, but it's not happened. It's not happened as much as we thought it would be. Lakeside has not thrown any zone. Their man seems to be working for them, and I assume they're going to continue that throughout the game. We have 25 minutes left in the 2015 Disc Northwest Finals.
A common question recurring throughout this tweet is, how is the weather affecting play, and do you think either team is equipped to play better in this weather? Is there any thoughts?
The rain is lightened up. However, when it was heavy, it didn't really seem to affect either of the teams. We saw a few drops, but I'm not sure if those were attributed to the wetness or if they were just miscommunications. Definitely both teams seem to be playing perfectly fine throughout this weather.
Yeah, I'd say the playing style of Lakeside is a lot more very short, quick handler movement throws, dump throws, short 15-yard throws to undercutters and then maybe one throw deep. So perhaps they're not as affected by this weather as Franklin would be. Their style is less tight hammer throws, more full field movement. Both teams aren't really showing a lot of change based on the weather, so I'd say that both are doing a very good job.
Ivan goes under, sends it deep to Trey. Trey
continues to run it down,
but cannot make the catch.
especially since it's out of bounds.
A great look by Ivan.
Yeah, good point by Kelly Johnson. Lakeside seems like their quick handler movement is causing them clogging and turns now. How can they clean it up? I would say when the game gets harder, they're often resorting to their kind of first level instincts, and that seems to be swinging in between John and Leo. I would say get some bigger cuts off the space, try to swing it more from sideline to sideline. Maybe hit some of the deep shots that they're looking off, honestly. There haven't been a lot of deep shots yet, mostly John and Leo making huge fakes.
This game has been going on for about an hour and 15 minutes. We have just under 25 minutes left to play. It's the goal. The game will continue with 7-9 with Lakeside still leading. John Randolph allows the goal. Ivan Lee brings it down. Kenny Dungeon still happening. It's not stopping. Nothing's happening after that interior. A lot of fans out here. As you mentioned earlier, Franklin brought a whole bus full of people as well as their drum line. We have fans on the field as well.
And I would lead on the fifth again for Franklin.
Franklin with another break to make it, take them down by only 2 to Lakeside. There are about 21 minutes left in this game of the Disc Northwest Finals.
Ivan Lee with a big pull. Caught by Leo Kitchell. Leo finds John right away. Lakeside handlers are working extremely hard to get those up lines. Franklin playing their man defense, which we didn't expect too much in this game.
Putting it up to Ben Lewis deep, checks his shoulder for pressure.
Then
Huge jump over the top of his Franklin defender. To take Lakeside 10-7 over Franklin. A quick score of what has been a series of long points in the second half.
As you see there, Leo Kitchell showing a lot of trust in his cutters. Sees Ben Lewis, has a few steps on his man, knows he's a big guy, and puts it up. Ben Lewis able to execute and bring down the disc. We have 20 minutes left. Lakeside's up 3. A timeout has been called. We're unsure by who.
Less than 20 minutes remaining in this game.
Lakeside is back on the line. Franklin is walking there as we speak. We've noticed some great defense played by Lakeside tonight. They've been able to recognize a lot of mismatches. They're able to capitalize on mistakes made by Franklin very effectively. We've seen John Randolph pick off a few throws. Franklin, however, is not out of the game. They're down 3 and getting ready to receive the disc. They have a very strong line on right now. We have junior Ivan Lee, which we've talked about quite a bit this game. Senior Trey Miller. Another senior, Sam Tudor-Heidi. Hailing a junior, Josh Rabancho. All these players played YCC before. Eugene Ruff, another YCC player. Mark Munoz. These players have played the best competition the country's had to offer, and definitely showing their skill tonight. So pulled by Lakeside to Franklin. This is picked up by Franklin's Eugene Ruff and given to Josh Rabancho. Josh and Trey are now working it. Josh with a huge bit up line. Finds Trey on the swing, and then he goes up there to Sam Tudor-Heidi. Sam Tudor-Heidi finds Noel in the end zone. But it's knocked away by the Lakeside defender.
Chandler Ma making a huge G on a Franklin player significantly taller than him.
We're going to get to see some more of this great Lakeside offense. John Randolph and Luke Kitchell have been working to the 18th point of the game. They have not subbed out a single time. Ben Lewis with an undercut. High stall. Does not turn it over. Leo Kitchell up line. John Randolph for the big bid. Looking towards the end zone. He doesn't have anyone. Has Ben Lewis under. Ben Lewis back to John Randolph. It's up. Ben Lewis with a huge stall over Joshua Rabancho.
Franklin defender is down.
John Randolph finds his cutter in the end zone. Trust being shown again.
That puts Lakeside up 11-7 with 16 minutes left in this game.
We're going to be playing 2:15, so still 4 more points needed for Lakeside to end this game. Franklin hustling back to the line with little time left. They're trying to use as much of it as possible in order to come back in this game.
Thanks to all the folks watching from home. Wish you could be out here with us. It's a beautiful night for some Frisbee.
The rain has lightened up since before.
Been a pretty constant presence all night, but it hasn't really seemed to affect either team.
Both teams are showing great ultimate, even in these rough weather conditions. Franklin's ready for the pull. Lakeside still talking on the line.
Coach Andy Loveseth directing traffic out here.
Lakeside getting ready to pull.
Andy Loveseth sauntering off the field.
Leo Kitchell with the pull yet again. Franklin still with very strong lines.
Leo Kitchell set to pull against the Lakeside.
Leo Kitchell lines up, and the pull is up, shorter than his earlier pulls. Ivan Lee's handling this point, if you haven't seen much of tonight. Finds Eugene. Eugene often handling is now cutting in place of Ivan.
Yo-Yo Masayuki struggling to hustle in to catch up on defense. It's like Lakeside's coaching the lanes, allowing the handler movement, allowing the swing. Really poached off D of Trey Miller here. Lakeside tonight is coached by Andy Loveseth, who has been the returning coach of Lakeside for many years now. This season, however, Andy took some time off to be with his young daughter, Annie. And so Luke Johnson has been coaching the Loins, sometimes assisted by wife Kelly, who plays for Seattle Riot. Luke's done a really great job with Lakeside, getting them to the finals here. But right now he is running this live stream and giving us the opportunity to come to you live. And so Andy is coaching on the field right now.
Plays the ball, lifts the ball. The freshman, Ivan finds it in the end zone. Back with injury, 13 minutes left.
I will need to have a appeal. So, thank you, sir. Joshua Buncher, for Franklin.
Franklin Jr. and Joshua Buncher getting set to pull. Lakeside remains with the same O-line he's been in this entire game. There's a hand from Lakeside. Franklin pulls a big pull by Joshua Boncha.
Lakeside leading by 3, little over 10 minutes left in the Disc Northwest Finals. The pitcher finds Ben Lewis in the middle, guarded by Cam Sugar-Heidi, who in turn, I cannot tell who that is. Leo Kitchell,
John Randolph.
looking to find John Randolph deep.
John Randolph in the end zone.
Very quick point for Lakeside. Very quick downfield. Great movement by Lakeside. Great vision by Leo Kitchell, seeing John Randolph going deep.
Leo Kitchell, as we see here, sees John, sends it to him immediately. They have a very strong connection. Hands are up. Hands are up by Franklin. Lakeside getting ready to pull. It's going to be junior. Leo Kitchell pulling. The crowd starting to yell for the pull to occur. Pull from Leo Kitchell to the Franklin offense. So this rolls out of bounds. Quickly tapped in.
The energy and spirit of this game have been super high consistently. There have been a few injuries, several contestable plays.
Deep shot. We've seen that matchup a lot happen throughout this game. Once again,
As I was talking about the energy conditions great from the sideline, from the stands, from the coaches, from the players. A lot of emotion in this game, just Northwest States. That's hard to be taken lightly, but seeing a lot of sportsmanship on the field right now between Lakeside and Franklin.
we have a little over 8 minutes, 8 minutes and 10 seconds to be exact. Lakeside is up 12-9 over Franklin.
Goal by Franklin's Trey Miller. Lakeside leads by 3, 7 minutes left in the game. John Randolph looking to find Ben Lewis, but not able to. Turns to Leo Kitchell, fakes deep. Now able to find Ben Lewis on the under. Again, back to Leo Kitchell. No one going deep. Back to Ben Lewis. Oh, actually this time Walker Frankenberg, my bad. Leo Kitchell again. Leo Kitchell goes up line, John looks him up. Walker Frankenberg up line.
Into the end zone.
Lakeside score. Looks like there's a call on the field, however.
Does it. And again, an up line by Lakeside has extended the lead to 13-9, but there's another call.
Can't tell, but there's some mysterious energy up in this booth right now. 5 minutes left in the game. Lakeside leading Franklin 12-9. This Northwest Finals.
Lakeside goes across the field. John Randolph to Ben Lewis in the end zone. They extend the lead to 13-9.
Zay, what do you think of the spiking that's been going on in this game after scores?
I think generally I'd be against striking. However, in this situation, there's a lot of energy. Players are excited. Players are getting amazing points in the end zone, and for this rare instance, see no problem with this level spiking. It hasn't been in people's face. It's more of just a way to celebrate the goal. The teams are flooding the fields after the points too. There's just a ton of energy. Lakeside is getting ready to pull again. to the 23rd point of the game. John Randolph and Leo Kitchell, Ben Lewis. All three of them have been in this entire game. Another pull from Leo Kitchell down to the Franklin offense. Eugene Ruff catches the pull. There appears to be some cutting to the same place on the Franklin side. Ivan Lee with the disc now. Ivan Lee sees Santer hiding deep.
Another strike. The energy from the
Definitely want almost close the field on that point. Santer hiding. A big guy often isn't expected to have speed like that, but he's definitely proving people wrong, running up almost 3/4 of the field, throw down for the goal. 10-13. Franklin is getting ready to pull. Ivan Lee with the pull. Lakeside starting to slow things down a little more. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in this game.
Ivan Lee set the pull for Franklin.
Lakeside getting ready quickly to play another low point. You see people hustling down. They're going to be setting up one man.
Under 2 minutes left in this game. Lakeside leading Franklin by 3 points, 13-10. John Randolph finds, is that Toto?
Yeah, it's Toto. Toto Jackson to Campos. Sees John Randolph on the swing. John Randolph looks deep but has no one. Dumps it back to Jackson to Campos. Jackson finds Ben Lewis under. Ben Lewis gets it upfield. Leo Kitchell with the under. Leo Kitchell sees Ben Lewis does not throw that.
Talk about the grit of this Lakeside team right now. I mean, John Randolph, Leo Kitchell, Ben Lewis have barely taken any subs in this game. I actually can't remember a point in which they've been off.
And then too high for the cutter.
They're continuing to play as if they're this first point on right now, really digging deep, especially against the huge athleticism of the Franklin line.
There's an injury on the field.
I understand the sound quality isn't the best out there, especially when it gets pretty rowdy or excited or train passes. Luke Johnson, the regular season coach of the Lakeside Moins, has been coaching them all year this year, is doing this all by himself, the entire live stream, running this right now. That's why Andy Loveseth is stepping in for him on the field. Thanks for staying patient with us.
Yo-Yo being escorted off the field. There are 5 seconds left in the game. This will be the last point of the game. We're still going to finish it.
So that is the time cap, which means this is the last point. They'll finish this point. Whoever is winning at the end of the time.
It's been 100 minutes so far. Franklin with the disc on
Franklin hustling to get this last point of the game right now.
Franklin sees Giljon in the end zone over the funnel. It's bobbled and dropped. Lakeside's going to be on O.
Our back is on, the last point first. Let's see both teams stay around the ball. Let's see a great score here.
Intercepted by Franklin.
Franklin gets a D. Ivan finds Giljon over the top. Giljon slips through his hands yet again. Lakeside has one more shot. A big help from Leo Kitchen. Turner versus Ivan. Tipped away by Ivan. Big help from Evander to Ivan. Ivan versus Leo. Ends the game with the 2015 Dish Northwest High School Boys Championship champions are Lakeside with a 13-11 win over Franklin.
That was Pagani to Ivan Lee.
A ton of emotion on the field from both sides.
Great grab by Ivan D. I like it to leave a pitch up, but down this.
Some sadness from the Franklin side. A lot of seniors on this roster. Oh,
This is Luke.
yeah.
I'm Kate Doherty from Lakeside School.
I'm Imanze from Cleveland High School.
Thanks for watching tonight. This was a great game. Great spirit show tonight from Lakeside and Franklin.
Lakeside.
Waiting for Lakeside.
Lakeside, the set underdog.
We're gonna sign
rising
off.
above.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.